Hey everyone, it's James from Fit RV coming to you from Dusseldorf, Caravan Salon 2023. Now, we've been camping in Winnebago's e-RV2, but how are they approaching e-RVs in Europe? Well, I've got a pretty interesting example right here. This one is by Nels. And now, the first thing you might notice is there's an engine. How is this an e-RV? This is technically an electric vehicle because this is not the engine that came in here. They've removed it. They've partnered with HWA Engineering, and they've built an electric drive system. This engine only runs a generator to charge the battery. So it's kind of like a hybrid, but for registration and tax rebate purposes, it's an electric vehicle because there's no mechanical drive. It's all electric. So they've set up this mirror here so we can take a look and get the actual battery. And there is only one battery for both the traction and house loads. So there's the battery. I believe they said it was an 800 volt battery. And other interesting note, this vehicle does make use of regenerative braking. So as they hit the brakes or as they're, engine braking down a mountain grade or something, they are going to be recharging the battery. When the battery needs to be recharged further, the engine in front will kick on and run a generator to charge the battery. So there's the battery. Other than that, there's not much underneath here. So now, as far as the house part of the motorhome, this is a model that they normally produce, and that's where Nels' expertise is in building the house. So let's just do a quick walk around here. Looks like an absorption fridge, storage compartments, although this looks like it's probably for propane because it's vented to the outside. As in most European RVs, you're going to find quite a large gear garage. I just love these things. Here's the other side of the gear garage. Electrical service center. This is standard stuff for an RV here. They do have that step down transformer like I mentioned. Shore power connection. Cassette toilet, of course. That one's a Dometic. And then here we have the fresh water. One thing, they have this in Europe that you don't see in the US. You could actually clean out the inside of that water tank if you wanted to. I love that. Okay, now we don't have the lights on in here because they don't want e-vehicles powered up here inside the show. Okay, we understand that. The front is Fiat Ducato except that large control panel there. And notice there's just park, reverse, neutral, and drive buttons for the gear shifting. That's all part of their partnership with HWA. It's HWA handled the automotive part, now built the house. It's quite a nice house, actually. This looks very familiar to me as an Echo owner, except we have an extra seat here, which is kind of cool. And we have the Travato, the old school Travato table. Kind of like that. So since this is an e-vehicle, there's an induction cooktop. Water, we have a fridge. Now this is an absorption fridge. No, it's not. It's a compressor fridge. Wow, okay. They've got vents on the outside, but it is a compressor fridge. Twins in the back with a V bed, kind of like a berth in a ship. And then here's the restroom. Small but functional wet bath. And then here in the dinette, we've got some fairly comfortable seats. I'm assuming this converts to a bed in some way. Yeah, we've got the table with a knee. So just like in the older Travato G, this will knee down, you drop this down, you convert this to a bed up here. So you've got another bed up here, as well as the two V berths in the back. Cool, but again, this is pretty much a standard floor plan for Nels. The new thing here is just that it's integrated into an electric vehicle. So again, this is kind of a little of a different approach to building an electric RV. They took one of their existing models, because obviously that's not for the fridge, and then they just worked on the chassis part with a partner. So another approach, cool. Nels is also getting into the e-RV game with their travel trailers, though I'd sort of call it in a light way. So if you'll notice all these travel trailers around me here, none of them have propane tanks. So this is all electric utilities inside, but they're not like self-driving trailers or anything like that. But they do have something that I think is kind of cute. They call it the one-night stand system, which isn't what you think. It just means these should have the capability to boondock completely independently for one night. Here's another approach to building an electric RV. This is from a company called MTC, and what they've done is, instead of starting from scratch and building something from the ground up, they've taken one of their standard floor plans, and instead of putting it on a regular gasoline transit, they've put it on an e-transit. Let's have a look. This is kind of interesting. We've got 3 belted positions in the back, plenty of room here, and this table, I'm assuming, pops up from the side, so that's cool. Back here, well, this one has an induction burner. Cool. A compressor fridge. We have a bed that drops down out of the ceiling. You want to step out. Bathroom is also pretty cool. It's a wet bath. They've got a standard European shore power plug on the side, so if you wanted to run the induction cooktop inside, things like that, this is how you would do it. I used to have a Volkswagen bus this color. For our last approach to an electric RV, we've got this behind me. I'm here in the Volkswagen booth, and this is the id.Buzz, which is an all-electric vehicle. Well, it's a pretty small step to go from an all-electric vehicle to an all-electric car camper, and that's kind of what they've done here. They've got a box in the back that's made by a company called Kuckuck, which is a German company. It looks like a big anvil case. It weighs 120 pounds. You put that into the van and then you can unfold it. You've got a bed on the top. Out the back, you've got a rudimentary kind of kitchen. You've got a couple gas burners. You've got some water storage there. It's a really easy, technically, it's an all-electric RV because you've got, you know, it's all electric, but you've got all the comforts of an RV, except a bathroom. It doesn't have a bathroom. Finally, we're back here, which is kind of back where we started. This is a Winnebago e-RV2, and for all I know, this could be the same one that Steph and I camped in for a week. I just don't know. They're not here exhibiting to sell. They're here in partnership with one of their technology partners as like an exhibit of what they can do. But this is noteworthy because one of the things I did not see at this RV show was an attempt at this. So they got an e-transit, but then they also had the ability to charge from level 3 chargers and that sort of thing. And I didn't see anything like this here. We did see ripping out the power plant, putting in their own power plant, and a lot of that has to do with the weight, like having 2 sets of batteries. Weight is a very big thing here, so 2 sets of batteries, kind of tough for them to do. We saw taking standard van floor plans and just putting them on an e-transit chassis. Again, that's fairly easy and anyone could do that now. And we saw car camper kits, which is like the lowest entry point into all electric RVing. And we saw those, but nothing like this. So that's kind of the state of electrical RVing in Europe as far as I can tell. And we'll see where it goes from here. See you later. Bye.